Here at Streams, we're constantly being asked about different dream elements and what they might mean. What about trees? Now, we've got some biblical precedents for this one that's very easy to understand. In Daniel chapter 4, Daniel interprets a dream for Nebuchadnezzar where there's this tree that gets cut down, and it clearly says that the tree was Nebuchadnezzar. So we understand that this tree represented Nebuchadnezzar, but specifically Nebuchadnezzar's leadership, his capacity to rule. And so we understand that trees will often represent a leader or leadership. Now that is a common theme. But we also have another story in the New Testament where Jesus is praying for a blind man. You remember this? He prays for him and he says, "What do you see?" And he can see a little bit, but he sees men. He says, "Well, it looks like men, but they look like trees walking around." So people actually are trees. It's not just leadership, though that's a common thing, but people can be represented by trees. And so that's another way that we can understand trees. But trees are also something that's cultivated and that's grown. And when we think about the parable of the mustard seed and the mustard tree, it's a bush, yeah, but it's called a tree. It grows up. And so there's this something that's been cultivated, something that's grown to its potential, something that's mature. And we also have the idea of the oaks of righteousness, or in Psalm chapter 1, it talks about that a righteous man is like a tree planted by the waters that meditates on the word and bears fruit in all the different seasons of life. And so trees can talk about righteousness. Again, it's something that's been cultivated. I mean, the thing about a tree versus a blade of grass, it's here in a moment and it's gone in the next season. But trees, I mean, they're trees that have been alive for thousands of years. They often last much longer. So trees are something that last a lot longer. Usually leadership, maybe people. Usually leadership, maybe people. But it's something that's been cultivated, that's grown, and it's going to be able to last for the long term. So trees, that's another interesting dream element.